this episode of CobbTV, we are going to be talking about the difference between 6/8 and 12/8. Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content. Now, what is the difference between the time signatures 6/8 and 12/8? Is it the tempo? Not necessarily, but the tempo can help a writer determine whether or not they're going to write in 6/8 or 12/8. The biggest difference between 6/8 and 12/8 is just 2 beats. Now you're probably thinking, wouldn't it be 6 beats because 6 plus 6 equals 12? Yes, but the difference between 6/8 and 12/8 is the same difference between 2/4 and 4/4, or it can be a similar difference. Let's take a look at an example of a 6/8 drum groove written in both that time signature and 2/4. They may look a little bit different from each other, but both of these grooves are going to sound exactly the same. In the 2/4 groove, we have our hi-hats bracketed in triplets, and in the 6/8 groove, we have dotted quarter notes on the kick drum, but we have 2 compound beats there. 2 beats. A lot of times 6/8 is referred to as a 2-beat feel, and in the same inverse with 12/8 being referred to as a 4-beat fill. Example of a 6/8 tune is Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we can count it 1 and a 2 and a 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's a good example of something that's written in 12/8? A lot of times a blues with a heavy pulse of triplet eighth notes is usually written in 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But we're probably going to count it like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so just some different examples of 6/8 and 12/8, some things you might hear in those time signatures. But what does that mean as a drummer? Sometimes a beat will sound exactly the same in both time signatures and they'll be in the same tempo. Well, I might play the kick drum the same way in a 2-beat feel, just within 2 beats or just within a 6/8 measure, like so. And in a 12/8 drum beat, I might play the kick drum different every other time or right in the middle of the bar. And at the very end of the beat, I may play some type of hi-hat embellishment, just showing where that bar line ends. How about some grooves that are specifically in 6/8? Well, my favorite example would probably have to be the drum beat played by Will Ferrell in Red Hot Chili Peppers' Breaking the Girl. And of course, one of the most famous 12/8 grooves of all time, the halftime shuffle. Me personally, I like the version in Fool in the Rain because I'm such a huge Led Zeppelin fan. Hashtag save John Bonham's soul. So there you have it, just a general idea on the difference between 6/8 and 12/8. A lot of times you can just refer to it as 2/4 and 4/4 because you know what? All music is in 4/4 when you stop counting it like a nerd. Be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.